Good morning. Welcome to this week's Monday Morning Musings with Amanda. We're going to talk about how do you find common ground with people that maybe you are just on the complete opposite end of the spectrum with. However, before I get started, I felt inspired. I want to call in a new piece for my Monday mornings, and I've got this deck of cards, crazy, sexy love notes from the universe, I think. And so I pulled a card this week, and so the card I pulled is confidence. I don't know if that's the right way or backwards, but here's what it says. It takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere. And don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct. But you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. So hopefully that resonates with somebody this week. All right, so I was driving my boys to school this morning, and I let them play DJ on the way, and it was Grayson's turn. It's Grayson's birthday today, his 9th birthday. Happy birthday, baby. And he just, they search up the songs that they want to hear. And he played the song Common Ground by Frank Turner. And it's one of my favorite songs. If you haven't listened to it, highly recommend the listen. The lyrics just really get to me. And I listen to it often when I'm in this place of feeling sad and just down about the state of our, community, our society, our country. It's, helpful for me to listen to the lyrics. So I'm going to read some of the lyrics and kind of share some experiences of where I've been lately. And I would love to know, how do you find that common ground? I'll share how I do, but I know there's many ways of doing that. So the song starts with, if it were just the best of us against the rest of us, it wouldn't even be an argument at all. And I got a text message this weekend. It was a group text message, and it was with my family. And I have some significant different views from a side of my family. And the text message was sharing an article with a perspective that supported their side. And when I was reading it, it was like I couldn't even listen to the message because the tone was just so dismissive and diminishing of the other side. And there was a lot of name calling and just, assumptions and this black and white kind of like either or kind of mentality through the whole thing. And I read it and I was upset afterwards, and I almost responded in that moment. Well, it wouldn't have been responding, it would have been reacting. And it wouldn't have been the best of me. And so I took some time and I was like, well, I have found the most understanding of this topic by listening to other conversations that are not diminishing, that there's no name calling. It's just people sharing their lived experience, like what they're experiencing in the world. And that's really helped me gain perspective on, these topics that we're divided about are not easy. They're not simple. It's not an either or. They're very complex. And the more I can listen into other people's experiences, the better I can understand and have compassion. And so I responded to this text and I said, would you be open? Admittedly, this is a very deep, complex topic, and it's not easy. Would you be open to listening to some of the conversations that I've been listening to? And I had a receptivity of, yes, we will listen. So again, if we can come, to conversations from a place of, non-judgment and just asking questions and being curious, from a grounded place instead of an angry place, I think we could really move those conversations ahead. I want to go back to some of the lyrics here. If all we are is dust to dust, then in the end, what's left of us are the traces of the way we treat the ones we meet. And the ones who trouble us, the greatest test of us, seems to me to be the way we disagree. And so I think what this is saying here is really about how we treat somebody else when we disagree with them. That's true character. And how do you show up? Especially with social media and different things like that, we do have so many issues right now. We've got vaccines, the pandemic, politics, you name it. And I found that people that I used to work with and really respect and value, I've been getting angry with and just like, how can they believe this? I've had people close to me that have unfriended me on Facebook. There's just a lot of adversity right now and anger, and we are severely divided, and we have to find the ways to connect and have conversations if we want to move forward. It's just the division is getting worse and worse, and people are yelling from their places of I am right, you are wrong, and nobody's getting anybody on the other side or even close to. So he says, Frank Turner lyrics, if we are to find a way to live, then we need to build ourselves a bridge. And if we were to build ourselves that bridge, we could meet in the middle and forgive. And I don't think he means literally like compromising 50-50, meeting in the middle, but it's like, where can we find this common ground, a commonality, and build that bridge from, and build the relationship from there. So I want to end with, one of my favorite examples of this that's happened recently. And I'm going to give a shout out to Jason Howell. He's the co-founder of the FAM Project. And Paul and I got involved with them when we heard about it because we were just so in love with their mission. And it really is to get kids off of screens, get parents off of screens, and get the family reconnected again. And that's what it's about, and building that family connection. And through the course of conversations I've picked up on, and I've had this conversation with him, so I'm not sharing something that I haven't shared with him already. I was picking up that we've got very different viewpoints on some controversial issues. And it has not, I listen to him and I can hear it, and I still am so inspired when I listen to him, and I have such respect, and I want to work with him in spite of all of that, because we are connected and committed, this common ground of wanting to make a huge impact on families and make this world a better place for our kids. That's our common ground, and that transcends everything else. And we can work together and have those conversations because we have that common ground. So I want to challenge you. Where are you in your life where you've got your flag staked in the ground and you're shouting and, angry and don't get me wrong. I still have a couple of key issues that I'm struggling with, and I'm working through this, and so from that place, how can I look across? Because I do genuinely believe that most people are coming from a place with good intentions. They want what's best for their family, their world, and maybe it looks completely different, but they have the best intentions when they come from that place. And when I can get into that mindset, that spirit of generosity, of their perspective, they're coming with the best intentions, they're doing the best that they can with the information that they have. Come with curiosity. non-judgment as much as possible. It's hard, but when we can come from that perspective, how can we find that common ground, build that bridge, and start having some conversations? Because that really is the only way that we can move forward. And really, yeah, it's a big divide, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But the only way that we can move forward is by having conversations and getting people curious instead of shouting and yelling and talking at people, because that doesn't get us anywhere. So we'd love to know how that resonates. I hope you have a great week, and I will wrap up Monday Musings with Amanda. Have a wonderful week, everyone.